Well, fellas, we made it. The top 3 Beast Wars characters. From this point on, I'm going to drop a whole relevancy balancing out personality system, because putting these 3 in any lower spot would simply be dishonorable. Said 3 characters made the Beast Wars for what it was. If they weren't even added to the Beast Wars cartoon, then the show would have been just good. Transformers Beast Wars is the best Transformers cartoon I've ever watched, in similar qualities to Transformers Prime, which I actually grew up with. Yet, most of the characters hold up very well, especially the 3 I'm about to discuss. And the fact that the magic of the show is still intact even after 30 years is pretty remarkable. But that's enough chat for me. You probably want to see who the top 3 is. Well, here they are.
You're insane. So they say.
Here's that unintentional Starscream character that not only does a better job at being a Starscream character, but even was more cunning and smarter than the original Starscream. He started off the show being the creepy one out of the original Predacons, being a crazy cannibalistic version of Shockwave. But at the second half of Season 1, Tarantulas became more than just the mad scientist character, taking more than one opportunities to try exit the Beast Wars, and almost succeeded in each attempt. He also was abusive to his self-proclaimed creation Black Arachnia, even mind-controlling her in some episodes. As the series goes on, we get to learn more and more of his actions. He at one point in Season 2 even abandoned the Predacons in order to research about the alien Vok, a race of alien who he constantly despised. And in the Agenda 3-parter, it was revealed that he was a secret agent for the Tripredacus Council, who are descendants of neither Predacon or Maximal. And although we learn a bit about Tarantulas, he is still a very enigmatic character. He is the only character that is full-on evil, and he is fully aware of it. Unfortunately, his last traitorous scheme didn't really go to Tarantulas' own accord. He was possessed by the very species that he despised and feared, and tried shooting at the aliens only to cause his cannon to malfunction and destroy himself. Probably the most dumbest act he has ever done, but let us brutally be honest here. None of us as an audience missed him. He was so creepy, selfish, greedy, manipulative, traitorous, mysterious, arrogant, twisted, self-aware, and ultimately a truly pernicious person. And for that reason, we all love to hate you, Tarantulas. Go burn in hell, spawn of Unicron. Asking yourself what would Beast Wars be without Waspinator is pretty much equivalent to asking what would be Star Wars without R2-D2. Waspinator is the main source for comedy in the Beast Wars cartoon, not only because he always gets blown up in every episode, but also because he's pretty damn lovable.
Inferno blow up Waspinator, Miss Salvage. Waspinator blow up nobody salvage. Oh, why universe hate Waspinator?
He may not be super relevant to the story, the amount this guy develops is when he got possessed by Starscream, but putting this guy at a lower spot will just be an absolute crime. He is easily one of the most famous Beast Wars characters, and he's more than just the comic relief character. Waspinator is a try-hard soldier, but he just doesn't get the respect he deserves, and in the end, that causes him to quit.
No. What?
But the royalty commands.
I said no! Dragonbot command you, Sub-Commander Kissbot! Dragonbot not command Waspinator! Not anymore! Waspinator, sick of being evil, sick of being Predacon! And Waspinator especially sick of getting blown to scrap all the time! So, Waspinator quit!
And Inferno and Quickstrike should have listened to their colleague. Waspinator was never supposed to be a fan favorite. It wasn't even the writer's intention to do so. But while he believes that the universe hates him, in our universe, Waspinator deserves every attention and credit.
There as soon as we can. In the meantime, fall back and wait for us.
Negative. The question that once haunted my being has been answered. The future is not fixed. My choices are my own. And yet, how ironic. For I now find I have no choice at all. I am a warrior. Let the battle be joined.
You guys must have seen this placement coming from a long mile, but honestly, who else could have been at number 1? No other character is as memorable as Dinobot. The writers didn't have to make them this good, and yet, here we stand. Hasbro originally intended the character to be an individual always eager for battle. The writers of Beast Wars thought that it'll just be Cheetor all over again. So the writers added more layers into the character. He was absolutely nothing like the eager Maximal that Hasbro described him as, and instead, he became the singular Beast Wars character that many people still love and remember to this day. He starts off the show wanting to take command of both factions, but he was kicked out of the Predacons for assuming that Megatron's plan was flawed, with a parting missile launch from Scorponok. Next, he challenged Optimus Primal, but Optimus Primal was rather impressed with Dinobot's honorability.
What are you doing? You'd won.
You slipped. To defeat you in such a manner would be lacking in honor. I would not have earned the right to lead. I prefer to beat my opponents the old-fashioned way. Brutally!
The writers made him have this interesting code of honor, which always ensured him that he would do the right thing, something which he believes that the Predacons led by Megatron doesn't have. Dinobots then joined the Maximals, but he was very critical towards their ideals. But as long as his honorability kept him at the right track, Dinobots settled in well with the Maximals, much to Megatron's dismay. Or that was the case until the midpoint of Season 2. After retrieving the Golden Disc from the Predacon's base, he went through an existential crisis, feeling that his future isn't determined by himself after decoding the disc's messages. And upon finding out that Megatron was correct all this time, made Dinobot believe that he rejected his Predacon heritage. And after being captured during a recon mission, Dinobot uses this opportunity to jump ship back into the Predacons. He then gave Megatron back the Golden Disc, and in order to prove his loyalty to Megatron, Dinobot attempted to kill Rattrap, but then he realizes that the Maximals were like a family to him, and he saw no honor in killing his frenemy, and so thus, he withdrew Megatron's offer to return to the Predacons.
Well, you just missed Megatron. Oh, and old Chopper Face here decided to play Predacon again.
Dinobot?
It is true. I have betrayed you. How could you? Your honor is not maximal honor. It is Predacon honor. I am Predacon. Though Megatron is close to achieving a great victory, I foolishly believed I wanted to be part of it.
In the beginning of Code of Hero, Dinobot regrets his actions and feels dishonored and is ridden with guilt. He attempts to commit suicide for losing his honor, but couldn't bring himself to do it. Realizing that he can regain his comrades' trust, Dinobot sets out to amend his mistake for the last time.
The rodent's words give off the stench of truth. Destiny has one great test in store for us all. Has mine already come? And have I failed it? A deed
once done cannot be undone. But perhaps it may yet be mitigated.
Megatron then discovers that he can change the future, and attempts to destroy the colony of early anthropoids in order to prevent the human species from ever developing. And seeing as this is his mistake, Dinobots decides to intervene with Megatron's plan. He then proceeds to take out each of the Predacons one by one.
Systems failing. So, what's a warrior without weapons, eh? A warrior still.
He then goes up against Megatron in a last effort to save the human species.
Really, Dinobot? A stick? Against a transmetal? I think not.
Final warning. Power failing. Jeopardy extreme. Repeat. Extreme.
Please, face it, Dinobot. Your old technology obsolete. What can you possibly do?
Improvise.
Dinobot was a character like no other in this show. He may have been hot-tempered and snarky, but never was he narcissistic. His code of honor was his best quality, and failing that code made him feel like he betrayed himself. The many episodes that he stars in established the groundwork of a truly awesome character. He was also a tragic case, as midway through an entire season, he felt like if he wasn't himself anymore, and at some stage of our lives, we all felt that. And after his noble demise, I felt a little empty and sad inside. Dinobot is a character that we are all going to miss, and it will simply be lacking in honor to not end this section with this quote.
Tell my tale to those who ask. Tell it truly, the ill deeds, along with the good, and let me be judged accordingly.